Hey people, today we have asking the right questions to help people in general and to have better business. Uh, Today I want to talk with you about asking very good questions, and by asking very good questions, you're automatically listening. Unconsciously, let's say, at least you're perceived as listening. You can try this technique with anyone. It really works. It's really great. Uh, an amazing technique. Like mm, people open like nuts. They crack open. Like I've mentioned this in the before videos. This is very cool and very wholesome. I got this technique by Chris Do, and this all applies to business. So I got for you today: 1, owning questions; 2, uncomfortable, helpful; and 3, go straight for the kill, nothing to be lost. 1, owning questions. As I've used this technique, I would say that every asking word is important, but as I've come to know, why is the most potent one. So let's say, for example, someone trains very hard. Yes. And why does he train very hard? To get better. Then you continue. Why does he want to get better? To become a champion. Why does he want to become a champion? To succeed. Why does he want to succeed? Because survival is a key thing of life. So all these problems that people have somehow are a chain reaction of something bigger. Everyone has an incentive or motivation behind everything which is done. Absolutely everything. Nothing is done by just being done. Everything has something. Everybody has a reason for doing something. This is, for example, all of this I'm portraying is real life examples through the questions I asked. For example, let's say one guy did not want to go into the gym to gain muscle because he would be less flexible, so that would mean he wouldn't be better in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. So he evades a positive thing because he has a bigger motivation than this positive thing. So everybody has a reason, has something behind the things he does. For example, like this example, why do I ask questions? To get better at the skill. Why do I want to get better at the skill? To have a leverage in business. Why do I want to have leverage in business? Because I want to be better in business. Why do I want to be better in business? Because I want to get the financial dilemma over. Why do I want to get the financial dilemma over? Because I want to be free and do some other stuff that I want otherwise wouldn't be doing. Everything has an onion to it. So when you ask people these questions, they crack like nuts. Everybody wants to be heard. Everyone. So these questions, because they are right to the bone, we have to uncomfortable or helpful. What does this mean? I still haven't learned to ask these questions very non-directly. I don't think there is even a way to ask these questions non-directly. There could be a way, but what I have found out to be that is totally minuscule to the value that you provide to the other person just by asking these questions. The uncomfort gets overshadowed so quickly by you asking these questions, because you provide so much value to the other person by making him go through his thought process easier in uncover his deepest problem. So what do I mean by this? When you ask this, they first might have their guard up, like why this guy is asking me this question, but they always answer. The first question they always answer with uncomfort, and when you ask the second question, they lower their guard down, and you ask the same question the second time. You say, why do you don't want to go to the gym? Because this of this. Why don't you want this of this? Because of that. And after that, why do they lower their guard? Because you already are interested in a way in their biggest concerns. Like, these questions always go to the truth in people, like, why that and that, and they always get the truth out of them, what they really want in life to do, what's their biggest dream or goal. And this really helps them get a view of this process, and that's valuable to them, because you get them through their process, you get them through their problems and concerns, and that's very big value. And in so doing, you are in a way listening to them. You maybe won't listen, but if you ask the questions, they would. But anyhow, if you ask these questions, you're 90% listening, and people get value in that, and they just keep flowing. They keep answering, because you touched in their, you got interested in their future, in themselves. And everybody wants to talk about themselves, and it's really cool how this uncomfortableness gets overshadowed so fast by you keep asking questions. They're like, wow, this guy helped me understand something better about myself. And this whole thing applies to business. A client comes to you and you just ask, you're trying to get to the core of the problem. For example, let's say somebody wants a logo. Why do you want this logo? I think that my website could look better with a logo. Why would your website look better with a logo? I think that why do you think your website needs to look better? Because I think it would bring more people. So you want more people in. You don't want a new logo. And so here, you don't sell him the logo. You maybe do, but does he really need a logo? It's a different talk, And you keep asking, do you think? And from there on, there's multiple different scenarios, but you can ask like, where do you get the most clients from? What's your ideal client? Like, you're trying to find out what his problem really is. This is essentially what you're doing with all these questions, He thinks he wants a logo, but he maybe needs another thing, He maybe thinks he needs this, but he needs a total different. Maybe you can't even help the guy, But anyhow, this in the why do they get their guard up in the first question? Because even you could feel this in yourself. Because you think you have an agenda. What's an agenda? Trying to sell someone is an agenda, You're trying to close the sale so hard. And people get their guard so quick, Even when you're trying to get anything. Maybe you're trying to get a $1 discount in a store, And you're trying so hard. People feel that. It's so... Nobody wants to be manipulated. Sold too. And so... the nature of these questions, although masked and feeling like an agenda, is so intrinsic and valuable in their nature that people talk out their problems, and anybody who would listen to your problems, you would value because they're your problems, And in a way, the both sides get benefit. You get the practice, they get their fog turned around. So, in other words, you do affiliate marketing. What do I mean by this? That's what essentially affiliate marketing is. Both sides get value. It's not that simple, but if you put it to ones and zeros, that's it. let's continue. So 3, go straight for the kill, nothing to be lost. What do I mean by this? We would always be afraid to ask these questions, but because we feel like we would have an agenda for the practice. We think that the practice is an agenda, and it is. But this agenda, behind it, there's such a pure and intrinsic and genuine value behind it for the other person. And the agenda is so minuscule, and the agenda is you trying to get better by helping other people's. So minuscule that it gets overshadowed so fast. And I explained why. For example, somebody says, oh, I'm very tired today. You ask, why are you tired? Just straight at it. Why are you tired? Well, this and this and this. I didn't sleep well. Why didn't you sleep well? Well, and here's the biggest point of the guard. And like, they feel inclined to answer because that's their problem. You're going straight at it. And they feel like, why does he want to know? And they will answer. And they will say, well, I kind of had a fight. I couldn't sleep these few nights. I kind of had a fight with my mother. And you ask, why did you have a fight with your mother? And you're already in. Every guard is down. He will turn down. He will tell why he had this fight with his mother or her, because that was heavy on the person, and he will feel easier. And you listened, and you got them through the process, and it's so easy. It's like works like magic, and you're caring, you're genuinely interested in people, even though your first thought being having that you have an agenda behind all this, and you do, but you don't. It's not an agenda. It's like, it's really small. So in a way, this is what is called goodwill. You just go ask straight for the heart. You get their problem sorted out. They trust you. You're not anymore like, what is this guy trying to get out of me? Because you touched where it hurts. You cared for them. And this comes with reciprocity. Like, actually what you're just doing is just helping other people get through their fog and their problems, like, it's so easy, so straight to the point, very pure of heart, even though you would feel like you have an agenda. Try this out. It really works.